prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
And we got a lot of dudes, man. I mean, a lot of RLDs, real live dudes that are flying around, and we should wreck shop.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and that was Coach Eckler talking about this football team having some RLDs, real live dudes. And I'm going to talk about one of those dudes that could really make an impact this fall that not a lot of people are talking about. But before we get into that, do me a favor, drop down just below the video if you will smash that like button. Just so kindly press that thumbs up. Helps the channel. We would appreciate it. Also, if you are new here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We are just three dudes that love Tennessee football. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We don't pretend to know something that you guys don't know, but we keep it real. We keep it honest. We would ask that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. So let's talk about the running back room. I've been high on Jabari Small all spring, even the first week of fall camp. And I'm still high on Jabari Small. But I was also high on him last year, and I just think he makes quick cuts, runs downhill. But to have success in the SEC, you need a stable of running backs. At the very least, you need a 1-2 punch, and a guy that we had a lot of hope for this season was Tiyon Evans, transferred in from Hutchinson Community College. He was the top JUCO running back in the country, but he was banged up back in the spring. There was a lot of hype about him, and then we go into the spring, he's banged up. We don't really see him a lot, so we kind of start talking about Jalen Wright, some of the other running backs that are in that room, obviously D. Beckwith. His last season, Tiyon Evans' last season at community college was also canceled because of COVID. So this is a guy that has all the hype in the world, but he's not stepped foot on a football field in quite a while. And that almost adds to it. That's almost something I like a little bit more about Tiyon Evans because he has a chip on his shoulder.
Definitely got a chip on my shoulder because I feel like I ain't really sure what I can really do in the spring with my ankle injury. And so, yeah, like I'm blessed with this opportunity right now, and I'm going to take my chances and, feel me, like capitalize with every chance I get.
I like it. I like a dude that has talent, athleticism, and a chip on his shoulder to prove people wrong. We're a little over a week into fall camp, and there is already a buzz starting to form around Tiyon Evans and his name being a physical guy, but also something that he brings that people aren't necessarily talking about. Well, maybe you are. Maybe you are starting to talk about it. I think we all saw the clip that came out just recently showing his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. It was all over social media, all over Twitter. I'll go ahead and show it now, but I think most of you probably saw this. But in Josh Heupel's offense, this is just another weapon that Tiyon Evans brings to the table. Watch this catch. It's a running back, folks. That is a running back with an extra tool in the old toolbox. I've said it many times on this channel over the last few weeks, months. I really like this running back room. I feel good about it, and I don't know that you can truly replace a guy like Eric Gray, but Jabari Small and Tiyon Evans are playmakers. There was even talk going into this year before Eric Gray transferred out, before all that happened. Once Tiyon Evans committed, there was a lot of talk that he was going to push Eric Gray for that starting spot. So while I'm not ready to sit here and say that Tiyon Evans is going to replace Eric Gray, that he's just as good as Eric Gray, but that was a lot of the talk once Tiyon Evans committed. So I think he is going to be able to contribute. I like, again, the 1-2 punch, him, Jabari Small. You know, last night, every Monday night on VolQuest, they have a thing they call the Monday Night Chat. All the mods get on, they answer questions. Brent Hubbs labeled Evans a playmaker that nobody is talking about. And then Austin Price followed that up, calling Evans the #1 player on this football team that he is excited to watch on opening night. So I think that tells you a little bit of what Tiyon Evans has been doing during practice so far in this fall camp. And again, Those are guys that are in the media. They are at practice. They are seeing these reps with their own eyes. And yes, the media doesn't see everything that goes on practice, but they see enough to form educated opinions. So when Brent Hubbs says it, when Austin Price says it, I'm going to believe it more than just a casual fan's approach. Now, if you go to Rocky Top Insider, they had a scouting report on Tiyon Evans as he was coming out of junior college. It says he has quick feet, very fluid hips, elusiveness is off the charts. Very hard to bring down on first contact and is slippery. Not only that, but he is a big weapon on special teams too. That brings up a good point. I'm curious because a lot of us believe that VAWLS Jones Jr. is going to be the guy that returns kicks. I'm curious to see who Tennessee uses to return punts because I have not seen anything about that yet. Says he is also productive in the passing game, showing good hands and the ability to be very dangerous in the open field on screens. And all that's very interesting to me because I truly believe that Josh Heupel and this coaching staff are going to use playmakers. I think we're going to see D. Beckwith, even though he's still in that running back room, I think we are going to see him utilized in different ways, whether it be in the slot. Maybe we see Tiyon Evans, Jabari Small in the backfield at the same time. But we saw in that earlier clip just how good Tiyon Evans' hands are. Yes, it's just one play, but what a catch. Great hands. The scouting report talks about his hands. But the word that I keep hearing throughout this fall camp is Tiyon Evans and his physicality.
I love contact, so you know what I'm saying. If it come down to other guys like they scared to block or any other thing like that got something to do with physicality, well, they know for sure I'm coming with it. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be physical.
Going to be physical. He also talked about, this was an interview with him a couple of days ago after practice. He also talked about the running back room pushing each other and having to earn that spot every single day. It's something we've heard Josh Heupel talk about numerous times. You got to earn your spot. He seems to thrive on that competition, which I like. I think it's a good thing. When you look at the quarterback competition, the quarterback battle that we're all talking about, I think you eventually want to settle on a guy going into the season, and you want to roll with that guy unless he leaves you no choice and you've got to make a change, which sometimes that is the case. But going into the season, you want that competition wrapped up. You want a guy, you want a dude. But with the running back room, it's a little different, right? You want to have, I said earlier, that 1-2 punch with Jabari Small, Tiyon Evans. You want to have that ongoing competition all year long. He talked about that. He talked about how they've told him you're going to have to earn that spot week in and week out. Nothing is guaranteed. You got to show up. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the practice to earn that spot week in and week out. And I think that is only going to make this running back room better. Now, can they stay healthy? Can the offensive line hold up? That's a big question mark outside of, settling in on a quarterback. And, there's questions around every quarterback on this roster that's competing right now. But one of my biggest concerns is that offensive line. Of course, you just recently lost Calbert for the season. And I know when Coach Ellerby met with the media, he talked about feeling like he had a solid 9 to 10 guys that he could lean on, rely on. I'm just a little concerned when it comes to depth on that offensive line. And that's going to factor in to the ability of these running backs. I'm going to go ahead and transition over to practice just for just a second. We always got to talk about the quarterbacks. It's the hot topic. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that Brian Maurer was starting to take less reps. Somebody challenged me on that. Well, we can go ahead and confirm again today that Brian Maurer is taking the least amount of reps. Sounds like Milton had another solid day. Hendon Hooker also looked good. Yesterday in the video, the reports coming out from the different outlets were that Harrison Bailey struggled in practice yesterday while the media was present. Sounds like he bounced back strong today. So the competition is on. It is on. We are full steam ahead. I think, as I said previously, the scrimmages coming up on Thursday and then again next Tuesday, we are really going to start to see who is grabbing the bull by the horns, who is starting to take over this quarterback battle. And again, just to reiterate today, Brian Maurer, he went last through all the drills and he took the fewest amount of reps. So it sounds like this thing may be winding down to a 3-man competition. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Tiyon Evans. Do you think Tiyon Evans can push Jabari Small? What do you think of the running back room in general? What are your major concerns on offense? Is it that offensive line? Because I think Tennessee has the playmakers. I think we're going to get good quarterback play. Maybe not great. I think we're going to get good quarterback play no matter who they go with. But leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on all of that things. If you want to pick up official merchandise, you guys know where to do it. Bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'm going to send you out with a good quote from Tiyon Evans. But this is the Talkin' Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
We finna come out here and we finna open a lot of people in this world eyes, for sure. We're gonna have a lot of new fans of Tennessee. Like, this is about to be a new program, and from here and on out, like years to come, like when people talk about Tennessee, it's gonna be different.